how about this man? The thing changed its name. It's now New Balance. Now, let's see what it says here. We drink wine, very good. Since we are here, let me show you this man. This is probably the only thing Atalanta and Torino will ever agree on. Emiliano. So I only just realized that the last time we were here, this part was only just not finished. Well, now it is. And not only that, but we have statues of caps, man. Look at this. How cool is this, man? What a car, isn't it? Now let me show you this, because we need to pay our respects, and I need to explain to you the following situation. Check this out. This is Via Girardelli. It was on this street that Ricardo Clarice, the 26-year-old ultra of Atalanta, was murdered. And you can see literally everywhere around the stadium these here stickers demanding justice for Ricardo Clarice. Ricardo Clarice was 26 years old when he was stabbed to death by a 19-year-old supporter of Inter. Ricardo Clarice is in his home sleeping. He receives this phone call that wakes him up, and he goes down to see what's going on. So there is this brawl between a group of fans of Atalanta and a group of fans of Inter, who are in the same bar, nothing to do with ultras, and they are singing offensive songs to each other. The Curva Nord of Inter communicated that, look, this has nothing to do with us, we condemn such practices. And this kid, I mean, 19-year-old, right? You are a kid. He goes back to his house, he picks up a knife, a kitchen knife, and when he returns back, Clarice is also present, and he stabs him to death. 19-year-old stabbed a 26-year-old to death. Can you understand this? Where on earth is the world going to, man? Ricardo Clarice, by the way, who was not a hooligan, that's the most incredible thing. He was a well-educated young man who had just returned to his hometown. Anyway, the reason why the Atalanta supporters demand justice is the fact that the justice system of Italy treats this subject as a hooligan brawl, you know, instead of what it is, a homicide. And it says here that Atalanta fans have got a stadium ban because they asked for free transfers. In other words, we ban you from traveling, and if you protest, you get a stadium ban. I tell you what, man, the situation in Italy is kind of weird. Yesterday, by the way, when I arrived, there was this banner outside of the stadium, I mean, complaining about the transfer thing. It says something along the lines that even for the semi-final of the Cup is a transfer ban for Atalanta. Atalanta have 33 transfer bans, man. Can you believe that? It's ridiculous. And this morning, when we passed by the stadium, that banner was gone. Now check this out. Tomorrow's opponents have arrived. So if you take that road and come up here, you eventually reach this gate with the Venetian lion. Bergamo, by the way, is the last, I think it's the last province of Venice, you know, before they collapsed. So the reason why we are climbing up the old town is first to have a look if any Dortmund fans have arrived. I mean, the game is tomorrow, and I presume these people are driving here, right? I mean, it's not so far. And just like we did the other time, let's pay our respects to the supporters of Atalanta from my Greek city of Ioannina. I think this was the guy that we were asking the previous time why he has shirts of Neymar instead of Lookman. And then you come to think of the way Lookman treated Atalanta and you get furious. Another funny thing is that after the previous video, a lot of the local people here from Bergamo, from Bergamo, were offended because we said that the polenta was not hard enough. And it wasn't. At least that polenta from down there, from that little shop. And also, I got a lot of advice on where to eat the proper casoncelli. Now, to my shame, unfortunately, I haven't made any kind of notes. So we will have to depend on luck once again when it comes to casoncelli. And if we don't find here, we find in Brescia, right? So this is the thing that Brescia and Bergamo are fighting each other for, you know? Noter de Berghem de Sura. I like this song, man, this Noter de Berghem. And I like it, first of all, because it's in the local language, dialect. And second of all, because it's informative. It tells you that the word for a spoon in the local dialect, it's pirou. And to me, it's very funny because in Greek, it's pirouni. What can I say? The walls do talk. The levels of fog in the area are, you can barely see anything. Via Gaetano Donizetti, born in Berghem de Sura. So let's go and address all your complaints. Let's go and find these best places for casoncelli. The last time we had been to that high restaurant for the casoncelli. And now the internet are sending us somewhere here. Questo si chiama pirù, no? Check out our table, man. We are cooking. So here's the thing. This is pancetta, right? So this is considered a crime in Brescia. There are a lot of cars disturbing our meal, by the way. They taste good. I don't know if this is because I'm hungry or because it's the reality. Should it be like this? So watery? Is this normal? It wasn't bad at all. It was actually quite tasty. However, I'm not very happy with all this watery thing inside. Check this out, man. So this is polenta, but it's a sweet. We cannot do sweets now. Look at this one. They actually made a sticker of their stickers on a sign. This is something that I hadn't noticed the previous time. There is a flipping canal in Bergamo, across the street from Excelsior Bergamo. Do you remember that team that when it grows, they will have the local derby with Atalanta? And what is this? Are they the ultras of Excelsior? Oh, check this out. Stickers against Borussia. And look at this, man. Do you remember this place? That is the boat of Boccia that we went in the previous video and did not find him. Vero che c'era qua una barca che puoi mangiare le cozze?
No, non c'è più. Adesso non c'è chiuso. Non c'è più.
Non c'è?
No. Finita.
Quella là?
2N703.
Oh, non funziona.
No, chiuso.
Peccato. I mean, it was closed. I think the locals forced it to close. So another thing that some of you lot were pissed in the previous video is whether or not Atalanta still sends material to the babies. And yes, they do. They still do it. But in the previous video, I actually encountered a couple, man, woman, pregnant woman, you know, in front of the store. And those two said no, they don't send. So what do you expect? Rant over. Hey, good morning. We are making the usual round around the stadium. Not much has changed. I was happy to see that plaquette for Gasperini, despite his exodus to go to Roma. But anyway, under normal circumstances, I would be much more excited for a game, you know, especially Champions League. And with such an opponent, Dortmund. But I woke up in the morning with the incredible news that the ultra groups of Dortmund decided not to come because of the incredible acts of the police. First of all, there were visits by the police everywhere in Bergamo that the German fans booked their accommodation, you know. This is insane by itself. Not to mention incredible controls and searches and questionings by the police in the airports. For example, some Dortmund fans decided to come in the weekend, you know, to spend some time. Bergamo is beautiful, the area is beautiful. And they really suffered in the airport just to go through, you know. This is very weird, man. I think potential incidents are just a pretext. This doesn't make any sense. So here I am waking up in the morning and reading all this. I read all this, by the way, on the SUPERTIFO page. Our beloved SUPERTIFO has a page, I think both on Facebook and on Instagram. So check them out. So I read all this, and then I go to the website of Borussia Dortmund, where there is indeed an article. Now, I don't speak German, so I had to translate. And they essentially say there that the groups of Borussia decided not to attend because it's the first time that they encounter such behavior from a foreign country, state. Because don't tell me that the local authorities are so incompetent that they cannot prevent incidents from happening, you know? Don't tell me you have to stop the free movement of people, of Europeans, under this pretext. What about those donkeys down there, man? I mean, can you see them? I tell you what, the donkeys are so funny, man, with a stadium in the background. Immediately after hearing this news, the whole excitement about the game was gone. Because there's a shadow. I mean, the moment you are not allowed to move freely, there is a shadow, you know? Now that the fog is gone, you can see everything. What a view, isn't it? Can you see these two guys back there, man? So I had a chat with them. They support Borussia and they came here since a couple of days. Yeah, they kind of confirmed everything that I read online this morning. So all over the wall, the old wall of Bergamo, are small groups of Borussia fans. And they are very busy sticking stickers all over the place. Is this love or fight, man? What's going on here?
No.
So enough walking around in the upper town. There is absolutely nothing going on, not a single song, man. What kind of pregame is this, man? So let's go down and see if anything is happening down there. Otherwise, I go back to the accommodation and only leave it when in time for the game. But before we do that, let me tell you yet another thing. Most of you probably know that Atalanta have this friendship with Frankfurt, right? It's very well known, which could be an extra fear for the authorities. I mean, if this is the reason for all these idiotic measures, man, I mean, come on, man. It's like accepting you are incompetent. Anyway, so Atalanta have this friendship with Frankfurt. While on the other hand, Dortmund have a friendship with Napoli and Catania. What is this place, man? And since our channel operates purely with memory, I remembered a very funny fact, man. So the game is Atalanta versus Catania. So you realize it's old. It's probably before Boccia got this 3-century ban from even stepping his foot in Bergamo. So the Catania Ultras come to the area of the stadium of Atalanta without any police escort, and Atalanta is there waiting for them. So there is the brawl. Both of them kind of enjoy it. And in the end, there is Boccia, man, who goes in front of the Catania Ultras and bows. I mean, how cool is that, man? Come on now. Even if you are like me against violence, you have to accept that. This is pure class. So that's it from Bergamo de Sura. How do they call the lower town, man? Bergamo de what? Check it out, our people from Marseille. To be fair, Atalanta don't like Marseille and vice versa. This is a problem, man. I mean, most of you probably have observed that I have a certain affinity towards certain clubs. So, for me, it's a great pleasure to make a video, for example, about Atalanta or about Torino, Napoli, Genoa, Samp. The whole Sicily thing was also phenomenal. But the problem is that all these teams hate each other. I mean, apart from those who are friends. Pantere Rosse. And since we mentioned Torino, big up to everyone. Big up to the Torino fans, man, who try to get rid of Cairo. This period is important for them. They are really doing their best now. Let's see what's going to happen there. This is an interesting statue, isn't it? Look at this space, man. This is where the Dortmund supporters are supposed to gather in order to leave for the stadium. I mean, there are 20 of them. Yay, fun! Right, so let me read to you what the Südtribüne Dortmund say. So about 300 supporters have been stopped from departing at the German airports by the German Federal Police, using various pretexts. Intense controls in the airports, inside the airplanes. Oh, wow. And with supporters being forced to present themselves to the police station. Segnalazione, I think this is what they mean by that. For the supporters already present in Italy, visits and controls by the police at home. Controls that were perceived by the German fans as harassment. Wow. And it also says that there have been restrictions imposed by Atalanta and the local authorities concerning the sale of the tickets for certain groups who are considered to be a security risk. And the whole thing ends, they write that this is the first time that it happens to them. This is the Südtribüne Dortmund. Excitement gone. When I do a video, I'm generally quite excited. And when this video is on football, is a kind of double excitement because I wait for the game to start and for the atmosphere. And I have no doubt that Atalanta will create atmosphere, but yeah, this whole thing is horrible, man. Come on now. So look, this is funny. I mean, in the last, I don't remember how many weeks, we have attended 7 games, man. So from these 7 games, one of them didn't even happen where it was supposed to happen. That was the Rayo one. All the others happened without the presence of visiting ultras, except one. Only Mantova had the presence of their ultras in Reggio Emilia. What's going on, man? I mean, come on now. If this shit goes like this, I will stop football. I mean, it's not there. There is no point in continuing like this. Or we will move in South America, man. Like, who doesn't want that? Look at this. So in this house started the anti-fascist action in Bergamo back in the Second World War. All right, so we are 2.5 hours before the start of the game. I tell you what, man, I'm so happy to have this apartment so close to the flipping stadium for a change. Check it out. So Excelsior is probably part of the academy of Atalanta, right? I mean, we should not be shocked by this thing. Atalanta had an academy right outside of the Reggiana Stadium, right? I think our ticket is over there somewhere. We are close to this curva. Last time against Como, we were somewhere over there. And we had to pass through all these barricades for the away fans, for the Como fans, who were making a lot of noise, to be fair. So look at this, man, they closed this whole sector here till the Borussia fans, all of them, pass. Bloody hell, man, so it's so quiet, man. These buses are, it's so funny. Not a single ultra in there. And all this for these 4 buses, man. This is a disgrace if you ask me. So let's go back to the apartment, relax a little bit, there is nothing going on here, and then we come back. Look at this, we are living the Bergamo Stadium life. We are right next to it. Cheers. Look at us, man, we are in the sector of Dortmund, man. Look at this, so shameful. Look at this, forever. I think it's now 20 years since the forming of Forever Atalanta, the ex-Brigate.
Numero 8, Mario! 7 Cavallin, 13 Ederson, 16 Raul Bellanova, 19 Bernardo City, 45 Domenico Rastori.
We're not doing bad, do we now? So we need at least one Italian team man in the next phase. Come on now. All the rest have disqualified. Bodo Glimt beat Interman. Can you believe that? Come on, Atalanta. Get Italy on your back. How is that for a view, man? Look at this. Disastro.
sinistra. Butto a sinistra del gol. Non incrociare, non incrociare.
moment, man. Well done there. How are we doing, man? Under normal circumstances, I have all of this inside the big backpack. But every once in a while, I like to share it. It's comfier. So here we are, abandoning Bergamo after helping Atalanta qualify against Dortmund. Did you know that from the 1,000 volunteers of Garibaldi, about 25% of them came from flipping Bergamo, man? Did you know that? And exactly like Garibaldi, Atalanta is promoting Italy as a great ambassador of this here championship in Europe, in the Champions League, in the next phase. That was a bit too much of a metaphor, wasn't it? So that would be everything from Bergamo this time. I'm very happy that we helped the team. Now it's time for us to move on to the next stop. That would be about an hour train ride down the road. We're going to Brescia, man. See you there. Bye-bye for now.